Excuse me. If y'all didn't know, this is the MSC, and frankly, there's just too many white people in here, and this is a space for people of color. So just be really cognizant of the space that you're taking up, because it does make some of us POCs uncomfortable when we see too many white people in here. It's only been open for 4 days, and frankly, there's the whole university for a lot of y'all to be at, and there's very few spaces for us. So keep that in mind. Thank you.
What the heck is going on in society? It's like we've gone backwards and the races have swapped. It's unbelievable. It was the case that it used to be white people in America at a certain period in America who persecuted black people. And now it seems like black people in today's day and age are the ones who want to persecute white people, all in the name of what they did in the past, apparently. So the very thing that they did to you, you want to do to them in a hopes of a different outcome.
That it's not going to be this coddling of white tears and what that looks like. We're not going to discuss, oh, maybe some of us have worked it out. No, you're always going to be racist, actually.
Today, I want to talk to you more about the political nature of time. For if time had a race, it would be white. White people own time.
That y'all are born into a life to not be human, and that's what y'all are taught to do, to be demons. So in this particular way, white people are all...
Surely this has to be a parody. This has to be a comedy. This has to... I don't believe this is real. This is really being taught to people. And I'm assuming by the looks of it, it looks like a college, somewhere in a college. This is really being taught to people. The world has gone crazy. And black people want to continue lashing out against white people, especially the white people of now, as if they're the ones who oppressed the black people in the past, and as if the black people now are the ones who are suffering the consequences or the consequences of the black people in the past. And black people are acting as if they're the only group in this world who have been persecuted by another group. But for some reason, they want to shout on the rooftops and complain to everybody about how they're oppressed somehow in current society.
Are all racist.
Hashtag cancel white people. At one point, Jong tweeted a crude graph claiming that as whiteness increased, so did awful. Later, she said that white people smell like dogs. Here's another one. Quote, white people have stopped breeding. You'll all go extinct soon. That was my plan all along.
You're white.
Are you assuming that? Are you assuming my race?
Are, though.
Are you fix it by breaking the laws?
Because we need to get rid of all y'all.
But we don't fix it by breaking the laws. And newsflash, I was born here too. I'm not leaving.
You're recording me like I'm the criminal here.
Because you stole my property. That is literally a crime.
Land. Your ancestors stole this land.
2/3 of all white guys voted for Trump. That means anytime you see 3 white guys walking at you down the street toward you, 2 of them voted for Trump. You need to move over to the other sidewalk, because these are not good people that are walking towards you.
This year, student activists demanded that all white people leave campus or else. Brett Weinstein refused. He's a professor at Evergreen State, and he called the race-based demand, quote, a show of force and an act of oppression.
This is not about you.
I'm talking this is all about him.
On terms of white privilege. This is not a discussion. You have lost that one.
That's what I'm telling you. Where do you stand? There's no middle ground. It's either them or us, and it's us. We have to stand with the people, bro. And you are representing right now the black community. Don't ask where they are. You are here. You are.
How is an individual black person representing the black community? He's an individual. He represents himself and who he chooses to represent. Just because he's black doesn't mean he represents black people. This is very sad. The indoctrination, and look at the way they are aggressively trying to force him to choose a side. If this is not what we call division, I do not know what this is called.
You are the community. I am the Puerto Rican community. So stand with us. Don't be divisive. Because you know what? You sound a little bit like the dumbasses that say all lives matter.
America has tried to sell blacks, I think to save itself, but to sell blacks on this idea, you're a victim. That's your authenticity. The most authentic thing about you as a black person is that you come from a victimized and entitled group. That's the kiss of death. You believe that, you're going nowhere. You're not going to learn anything. You're stopped in your tracks. And you know, you can't do a worse thing to someone than to impose on them that kind of identity, as white Americans often do, as a way of then winning back moral authority for themselves. And it's a selfish thing to do. It's pernicious. The slave master didn't do that. He demanded labor. He may beat you, but he didn't take your soul. He didn't tell you who you were as a human being. But today, liberalism does that. And I can't have you come and speak, Mr. Steele, you can't speak to my class. I'm sorry, I really like what you say, but you can't, because you are, you know, you're telling these people that they're not victims, and I'm sorry. I think that many white people in America today are upset and tired of being judged unrelentingly as bigots. It's as though white synonymous with bigot, that equals, I mean, they're like one and the same. Nobody likes to live under an accusation. No human being likes that. There's gonna be some reaction. And as soon as there's reaction, whites are double bound, because then they say, we knew you were racist all along, and now you're just proving it all over again, and blah, blah, blah. And so whites then feel completely stifled and stop. That's a real frustration. I don't like that.
White liberals have sold black people a victim mindset. They've truly participated in the victim Olympics, where they're a victim for everything, and white people is the devil. White person is the devil. The white liberal simultaneously tells black people how to think while juggling the fact that they are the devils. So the devil is telling you what you should think about yourself and tell you which side you should choose, while simultaneously saying they are the devil, which is a crazy thing if you really look at it. And I employ people to really begin to delve deep into how the white liberal is really selling people, especially black people or people of color, as they like to call it, their victim mindset, and selling them how to hate people just based off of the color of their skin, even without knowing them. But anyway, that was another video, another reaction. As I usually say, if you enjoyed the video, like the video as much as possible. Comment down below. I want to see everyone commenting on this video. I want to get comments and reactions to this video. I want to see people's comments, and I'll reply as much as possible. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at YinkaThatGuy, and I'm out.